Welcome everyone. Before we get started today, we want to let everyone know that this lesson is going to be all about sexual assault and the resources available to those who may have been impacted by sexual assault. If this topic is upsetting or uncomfortable, you may want to close the video now. So we will wait 15 seconds so you have a chance to close the video, and that 15 seconds will start now. Like we mentioned a second ago, today's topic will be about sexual assault and the resources available to people both here in Syracuse and throughout the entire country.
And this lesson is brought to you by Planned Parenthood's education team here in Syracuse. I'm Hillary.
I'm Mallory.
And I'm Giovanni. Now, before we talk about available resources, we're going to watch a short video from amaze.org titled, "What is Sexual Assault?" This video might seem like it's for people younger than yourselves, but the information and the messages in the video are for anyone of any age. After the video, we will highlight some of the important messages and uplift the resources.
Hey Barb, what's up? I've never seen you this sad on Nugget Day. I don't care about stupid nuggets or stupid dipping sauces.
But there's 3 flavors. 3 flavors.
It's just Billy Squall asked me to stay after school for the 3rd time this week, and sometimes gets a little too close.
Squirrely Squall? That guy's a total perv.
Wait,
Are you saying that Billy Squall, are you worried he might sexually assault you?
Sarah! Shh!
Can't we talk about dipping sauces?
I know it's uncomfortable to talk about this stuff, but it's really important. My sister's a social worker, and she told me all about sexual assault. Basically, sexual assault is when someone does something sexual to another person without getting their permission first. That can include anything from touching someone's genitals, breast, or butt, inserting something into any of their body parts, or showing them something sexual when they haven't given their explicit consent.
Explicit consent?
Explicit consent is a clear, voluntary agreement to do something, in this case, something sexual. A shrug or silence doesn't count, and you can't give consent if you're feeling threatened or if you're drunk or high. If you consent to one thing, it doesn't mean you consent to everything, and you can take it back at any time you change your mind.
Okay, but what do I do about Billy Squall?
If he assaults you in any way, first remember that it's not your fault. No matter who you were with, how you were dressed, or what you were doing, you have nothing to feel guilty about, period. If anyone ever rapes you or hurts you in any way, get to a hospital fast. Tell them what happened, and they can help you take the steps to prevent illness or pregnancy and get you to the additional support you'll need. Most importantly, you should tell someone you trust, like your mom or a school counselor. You can tell them face-to-face, over text, on the phone, or however you're most comfortable. Talking to us was a good start. Ugh, I'm freaking out.
Me too.
It's normal to feel weird or scared about speaking up, especially if you know the abuser. But it's brave to talk about sexual assault or any unwanted sexual behavior that makes you feel uncomfortable. You'll be protecting yourself and other people too. Thanks, Sarah. I think I better go talk to the counselor.
We're here for you, Barb, no matter what. Here, take one of my dipping sauces. Just not the Szechuan.
All right, so that video made some great points. We want to quickly go over some of the more important points made in the video. So some key takeaways here. Sexual assault occurs when someone does something sexual to another person without getting their permission first. So this can include touching, inserting, and showing something without someone else's consent. It is important to note that anyone can be sexual assaulted. It does not matter their age, their gender identity, their sexual orientation, or their relationship status. Anyone can be sexually assaulted. So remember, while you may not think this information is for you, it could come in handy if you or someone you know is impacted by sexual assault in the future. So we also want to remind everyone about the definition of explicit consent, which is a clear, voluntary agreement to do something sexual. Consent cannot be granted when someone is drunk or under the influence of drugs or pressured to do so. So think back to consent fries. Consent should be freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, and specific. We also want to uplift the point that sexual assault is not your fault, no matter who you were with, how you were dressed, or what you were doing.
Now we're going to talk about what you can do if you or someone you know is sexually assaulted. If you or they are comfortable, one of the best things to do is to tell someone you trust and get them to the hospital as soon as possible. There is no right way to handle the situation, and the choice is up to each person on a case-by-case basis. At the hospital, a patient has a choice to consult with a sane or sexually assault nurse examiner who are specially trained nurses that assist folks impacted by sexual assaults. This nurse will care for the partner while collecting available evidence should someone decide at any given time that they want to press charges. While Planned Parenthood does not offer this service, we are connected to resources and can provide you with a referral. At the hospital, someone can also be treated for any injury and be given medication to prevent pregnancy and HIV transmission. If someone does choose to go to the hospital for pregnancy or HIV prevention, they should get there as soon as possible within 72 hours. Besides going to the hospital, there are other resources people can access. This includes support, legal help, and other emergency shelters.
Okay, so here in Syracuse, we have great resources for folks impacted by sexual assault. One of the fastest ways to find resources is by calling 211 or visiting their website at 211cny.org. You can type what you're looking for into a search bar, and 211 will give you a list of what's available in your area. Some of the free and confidential resources they list are Vera House, which offers specialized and professional services for survivors of sexual assault. Services include 24-hour crisis service support and response, which means an advocate independent of the hospital and police can come in and offer support to the impacted individual. This advocate can bring clothes for the person to change into, help them fill out any paperwork, and support them in whatever way needed. Vera House also offers specialized professional counseling and support groups and an emergency shelter for folks. You can reach them by calling 315-468-3260. Another available resource is the New York State Domestic and Sexual Violence Hotline that provides supportive phone counseling, safety planning, and information and referrals for survivors, professionals, and concerned others regarding domestic family violence, sexual violence, and elder abuse. You can text them at 844-997-2121 or call their 24/7 hotline at 800-942-6906. Another great resource listed by 211 here in Syracuse is McMahon Ryan's Child Advocacy Center's Safe Harbor program, which provides case management and help finding services for youth who are involved in human trafficking and sexual exploitation. They can be reached at 315-701-2985 or at their after hours crisis line at 315-218-1966. We recognize that making these calls can be really difficult. So if you ever are in need of some help, please do not hesitate to reach out to our education team. We can help you make those calls or get you in touch with someone to support you. Another great resource is the National Sexual Assault Hotline, which is free, it's confidential, and it's available 24 hours a day. You can check out their website at RAINN.org or by calling their hotline at 1-800-656-HOPE. We want to remind everyone again that there's no one right way to respond to a sexual assault. It's up to each individual to decide what to do next. There are many resources available both in Syracuse and nationwide, so please remember you're not alone.
We want to thank you for viewing today's presentation and want to let you know how you can reach us. If you are looking to make an appointment with Planned Parenthood, one way to do so would be to call 1-800-230-PLAN or PLAN, which is 7526, or you can visit PlannedParenthood.org and make an appointment right there online. Another great way to get a hold of us is through our Instagram account. If you search Sarcastic Sex Ed, you'll find our page, and you can DM us with any questions or any feedback, anything you wanted to share with us, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And we also have a chat box called Rue, which you can access by going to rue.plannedparenthood.org, and you can type in any questions you might have or browse questions that other people have asked in case those answers are relevant to you. So we want to thank you again, and we look forward to answering whatever questions you might have. So please take care, and we'll see you during the question and answer portion. Thank you.
All right.